Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing on the best of 3 standard ranked ladder with a Golgari Landfall Crime deck. So for those of you who have stuck around for a while, you will know that Golgari is my favorite 2-color pair, and I finally had enough rare cards to make the rest of the Free Strider lookouts and iridescent Vine Lashers. So now we have the Golgari Crime deck basically. So the theme of this is you want to target your opponents with stuff. So whenever you do that, your Free Strider lookout is going to look at the top 5 cards of the deck and put a land onto the field tapped. Whenever you put a land onto the field, this guy is going to deal 1 damage to target opponent. And if, like, you didn't realize already, you play a land, target your opponent for a damage, Free Strider lookout is going to grab another land off the top of your deck, which ramps you, and gets you another damage from your Vine Lasher. So this can start scaling really fast if you have the Vine Lasher plus the Offspring token, or if you just draw like 2 of these guys. Another little bit of crime payoff is the one of Kervek the Punisher. Whenever we commit a crime, like the the landfall, cut down, duress, go for the throat, deep cavern bat triggers, Glissa dealing combat damage triggers, she can target enchantments or remove counters from permanents. Hostile investigator targets your opponent. There's a lot of different ways to trigger crimes. And when Kervek is on the field and you do crime, he lets you cast black cards from your graveyard. He exiles them, makes a copy, and you can pay it for its mana cost plus 2 life. And the really cool thing about that is it ignores timing restrictions. So you can have like mid-combat deep cavern bats or duresses, which is really weird, but very powerful. Over in the sideboard we have Cut Down, Duress, a couple Soul Guide Lanterns, an Edict, couple Terrace Hunters, Blot Out, Malicious Eclipse, Tranquil Frillback, an extra Glissa, Sword of Forge and Frontier, a Shieldred, and an extra Aclazotz. But yeah, this deck is really cool, and we had some on the draw games today that the first game didn't go super great, but we were able to bounce back and just absolutely destroy the opponents, which definitely felt really nice. So, at least for me, the deck has a pretty decent on the draw win rate, and I'll take that since I'm on the draw a lot. But yeah, if you guys are excited to see this list in action, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already, as I'd really appreciate it. I upload Magic content just like this to YouTube, and I'm still working on getting my channel partnered, so any support is greatly appreciated. I'm also going to leave a QR code here and a link down below to my TCG Player Partner card. Using either the link or the QR code is another way to help support me and my channel, which is of course greatly appreciated. But with all that said, let's hop onto the ladder and see how this does. Alright, game 1. Unfortunately, can't really keep that. Didn't do anything. This hand also doesn't really do anything, but I think we keep it. Although, if our opponent's gonna be green-red, maybe we should have just kept the first hand. Cool. I mean, I definitely won't complain about a cut down against an Inti. And down to 19. Let's go with the lookout. If opponent has a lightning strike here, that'll be a little annoying, but doesn't look like they do. Oh, that's scary. So, is it better to play the investigator, make him discard? Or play a tapped land, go for the throat, one of these guys? I think we're going to go with the investigator. And we're gonna thin out the deck a tiny bit before we do that. And cool, we do hit another land. No attacks, go ahead. And seek the beast. Right of the Meek. Okay. So scary. Let's go ahead and block. Do you have another combat trick? Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really expect to win this game, but that's just awful. Let's go with Offspring. And Cottage. Go ahead. And opponent's gonna Rockface Village. Let's go ahead and take out the bigger mouse, I guess. Sure. You gonna kill me? Just put me out of my misery here. Thank you. Alright, so I know we could have blocked there, but there was actually just 0 draws in the deck that let us win. So I'm fine just going to game 2. Let's try it like that. Alright, game 2. Let's see if on the play helps. I mean, we have Glissas, so I think we'll keep. And another land is pretty good. It doesn't come in untapped for Glissa though. So we can go Deep Cavern and then next turn hold open go for the throat, I guess, which isn't the worst. Let's see. So they can't cast Witch Stalkers next turn, and Scorching Shot they could. God, both of those are really annoying. I think we'll just take the Scorching Shot. We'll take 3. Go ahead. We'll take 3 here. And another Heartfire Hero. Okay. Let's take out the Challenger. And tapped land. Okay. Let's go ahead and get in for 1. And here is Glissa number 1. So I know they can just attack with both of the heroes. Even if they don't find a land, they can just Witch Stalker the Glissa. But we do have Glissa number 2. And that means we take 2 damage here. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get in. And here is a Bat Golem. And unless they have another Witch Stalker Frenzy, Might of the Meek gives +1/+0, and Aclazotz would trade to a, whatever it's called, Monstrous Rage. But I think we call the bluff here. Maybe not call the bluff, but at least force him to use something. And opponent did lose out on another Monstrous Rage, which isn't nothing. So, Offspring Vine Lasher, play Glissa, or just normal Vine Lasher, play the land, flip the Temple. I think we Offspring. And here's Glissa. Let's go ahead and take some blocks. Sure. So we take a bit of damage, but still not like end of the world. Okay. This game went much better. Do we want to bring in the extra Aclazotz or the Shieldred? Maybe we want Shieldred on the draw. Might just want to cut Karavik since it costs a bunch of extra life for all the things, and this deck doesn't really give you a ton of life to work with. Let's try it. Alright, next game. This hand is decent. We will keep. And looks like opponent's taking a couple mulligans, so this should be pretty good for us. Let's lead with a Cottage, I think. Unless they have like 1-drop Monstrous Rage next turn. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not gonna be too much of a punish. Let's go with the other tapped land. And Questing Druid. Ooh, Urbrask's Forge. That's a tough one. We'll take a ping. And here's a Sentinel. And Questing Druid. No attacks, so they probably don't have Monstrous Rage or some other type of burn spell, which I guess is good to know. Let's go with Explore. Okay. So, only drawing land here. Let's go ahead and pop this Passage. And in for 3. Vine Lasher. I think we'll keep that. Go ahead. Yeah, sure, that's fine. So if we wanted to cut down the druid, opponent would probably just respond with something instant speed. Let's go ahead and cut it down now. So I doubt opponent's gonna block if we attack here, but if they do, I think that's fine anyways. Let's go ahead and jam for 4. Let's go with the Eclipse. I'm pretty sure that's the right play. And just get a nice 2-for-1, and we will pass. Innkeeper's Talent. That's a scary one. Okay. So thankfully the Innkeeper's Talent and the Forge, they aren't like letting opponent put the counters on the creatures and attacking, because then we would have taken 5 there, and that's not ideal. So we have a couple lines of play here. We can animate the cottage and get in for 8 and make a food, or we can play Vine Lasher with the kick, play a land, and hold up and go for the throat and cut down. I think here we just want to play the cottage and get in. Oh, well, we only have 1 land after attacking, so yes, we put the map on the Sentinel. Bruh. Okay, let's get in for 8. So that means that attack from the Sentinel plus Vine Lasher trigger is gonna be lethal. So, what do we got? Oh boy. Okay, I mean, that is a lot of damage. So that's 10, 15. We have a cut down, and they're tapped out. No blocks. GG's. I mean, really didn't think we were gonna win that after game 1, but we definitely bounced back pretty hard. Nice. Alright, next game. This hand is fine. We'll keep it. On the draw sucks, but what's new? Let's... Do we want to start out with the Vine Lasher? Nah. I think we'll start out with holding removal on 2. And opponent's gonna play a bat. So assuming they take one of the go for the throats. Yup. Go ahead. And a Gix. Yeah, I guess that resolves. And we'll kill the Gix. So opponent can get in for 1 here. But we now have a Free Strider lookout on the field, and that can block the bat. So even if opponent does have like a follow-up Gix, we're still decently covered. Now if they have something like a Lily, that's pretty annoying. Go for the throat's also pretty annoying, but not the end of the world. Fabled Passage. Let's go ahead and Offspring the Vine Lasher. And Fabled Passage. We'll grab a swamp. And Duress. Okay. And here comes Shelly. Okay. I mean, a lot of Vine Lashers is cool and all, but kind of need some removal here. So, I mean, we are getting just like tons of damage here, but opponent's gaining a bunch of life and they're gonna just start bonking us really hard, especially if they start animating the Restless Reefs. Yup. So that's attack for 9. And, oh, okay, so leaving Shelly back. Aw, they melt another Vine Lasher. Guess we take 5. Guess we play the demo field. And we'll go with Duress, just to check. Oh, I want that. So demo field can blow up whatever reef they animate next turn, and get 4 damage as well, so we will just pass. Sure, that resolves. And we will blow it up. Let's grab another swamp. And still no attacks with Shelly. Not exactly what I'm looking for. So we draw, lose 3. So basically it's draw, go for the throat, or we're dead. Well, let's try it. Okay, sure, you draw an extra card too, my friend. Great. Okay, so game 2. It's a Gix pile. Think we try it like that. Alright, next game. Definitely taking the play. Yeah, I think we keep this. And this hand, we will start with a Vine Lasher on turn 1. Nice. Let's go with the bat. Mastermind Tidebinder Gix. I mean, we just take the Gix. and in for 1. Let's go ahead and demo field. And we'll go with Glissa, I think. So if they did draw another Gix, we are opening ourselves up to a Fairy Mastermind into a Gix, which is a bit unfortunate, but, you know, sometimes you just have to risk it. Okay, and it looks like a cut down. Interesting. So opponent's gonna sit back on the Tidebinder. I mean, we'll just overload him on triggers in that case. And I think we take another demo field. Let's get in for 3. And we will draw. Okay, I mean, Tidebinder on that, that's fine. Go ahead. Yeah, so next turn's gonna be kinda gross. We have, well, if we can commit a crime, that is. Let's go ahead and pop our Fabled Passage. We'll grab another Swamp. Trigger the Vine Lasher, trigger the Lookout. I think we go Cottage here. Alright. Let's tap one of the demo fields, and we'll play Kaervek. Okay. Yeah, so we had land into double crimes, reanimate the bat, steal their, Gix or whatever. So definitely don't blame them for conceding. I don't know. I think maybe we bring in a blot out on the draw, and we'll probably cut Kaervek since he's pretty slow. Well, we can cut the pillage. Kaervek can definitely pop off here. Alright, game 3, and is definitely fine. We will keep. It's definitely not like the greatest hand, but do way worse. Don't really want more land. Go ahead. No black mana. Okay. Let's get down the bat. Mirex. Okay. So we take Go for the Throat. They can't kill anything really, and they can't really cast Gix either. So think we take Go for the Throat. We can take a couple hits from the Fairy Masterminds because we have a Free Strider Lookout to follow it up with. Let's go ahead and play him. No attacks. Go ahead. Ouch. 3 steps ahead, couldn't even counter a spell since they needed 2 blue. That's tough. Okay, so 1 black source for Gix secured. And back to us. Let's go ahead and play the bat. Try and get our Free Strider crime. we'll definitely take a cottage. And what's in the hand? Tidebinder. Okay. I mean, that's annoying, but not the end of the world. Here comes a Dread Knight. Go ahead. And opponent's gonna play their own bat. I'm assuming they take the Glissa. Oh, interesting. So leaving the Glissa, wonder what that's about. Let's go ahead and, I mean, oh, right, I forgot, it doesn't have flying and it doesn't have lifelink. We'll just get in with the Dread Knight. Here's Glissa, and a Lookout. Go ahead. Okay, so Gix is technically online, but they animate their Reef. That's an interesting choice. We'll take a block with Glissa. And okay. I was gonna say we cut down the bat, and then we get 2 Free Strider triggers. That is also gonna give us back the Sentinel. And let's see, 5 mana, yeah, so we could also activate the cottage and start jamming. Yup, GG's. And a couple post-game thoughts for everybody. This deck is sweet. Definitely like having the Free Strider Lookout Vine Lasher plan. It's definitely really cool. It ramps you really fast and it deals a lot of damage. Like, these creatures aren't like super great without the abilities, so if you aren't able to trigger the crimes, Free Strider doesn't do a whole lot unless you're playing against Dimir, then he just blocks for days. But if opponents like forced to trade good removal for this guy, Glissa is a lot more likely to stick around, same with the Investigator and Aclazotz. So I think the deck definitely has some legs. The cards are really good, like the quality is definitely up there. But yeah, that's going to be about it for me today. Thank you everybody for watching, I appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.